job to introduce our next speech contestant of the Humorous Speech Contest of September 21st, 2011. And that is Jim Winters. The title of his speech is Traveling. Jim Winters, Traveling, Jim Winters.
Do you ever think that maybe you were born at the wrong time? That somehow things could have been different for you? Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, I do. I love to travel. I have a real passion for it. And I would have been one of the greats. But I was born in the wrong time of history. I read books about great explorers like Christopher Columbus. This man sailed to the Caribbean, picked up some souvenirs, and went home. Does that sound familiar? Today we call that a vacation. In fact, do you know what we call people that head down to the Caribbean and come home with a suitcase full of souvenirs? Right, drug smugglers. When he went home, Christopher Columbus went on a tour around Europe. He gave lectures about what he saw. Everybody wanted to know what he did, where he went, what it was like. Today, I find the quickest way to clear out a room is to start talking about your vacation. If you do pin down some poor soul, you will literally see his eyes glaze over in less than 30 seconds. People just do not care. When I was traveling, it took me a while to learn this. But when I did, it came in handy. Because anytime I needed to get out of a situation, I could simply start either talking about my vacation or, number two, hint that I may or may not be involved with Amway. But luckily enough for me, I didn't always want to be a great explorer. There was only one enchanted land I wanted to visit as a child, and that was Japan. I was in karate. I was practicing every day. I wanted to be a ninja. And I wanted to be not a good ninja, but the best. Now, you've all heard of Bruce Lee? Yeah. Well, in my karate class, they called me Bruises Lee. It didn't work out. I did not become a ninja. But I did, however, travel to Japan, then Europe, then Scandinavia, then South America. And some of my fondest memories is traveling on the road right here in this country. On the road with my parents, in the front seat, driving us to Disneyland. Me and my brother asleep in the back. The only way they could ever wake us up was with a little bit of ice cream. I remember it like it was yesterday. But in fact, it was last year. Now, Henry Miller said that one's destination is never a place, but a new way of seeing things. A new way of seeing things. I hope this is true. My in-laws are from Moldova. It's a small country next to Romania. They came to the United States for the first time in their lives. They spent about a month with us. We showed them all new things. Dishwashers. Introduced them to ketchup. Flat screen televisions. And fast food. And I hope they saw things differently because I didn't make the best impression in Moldova. This is what happened. One night, my father and I had to go pick up some food for the family. And I mean literally, we carried a sheep home for 2 miles. But I say we. What happened is I went about 10 feet before I dropped it because it tried to bite me. And then when I looked up at the expression on my father-in-law's face, I hadn't seen that look since karate class. I hope they see things differently. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have the opportunity to see things differently. This is still a big, old world. You can go out and make your own adventures. You don't have to be a tourist. You can be an explorer. Make your own memories and then never speak of them again.